Hey everybody, welcome back. It's crazy. It's like 3 weeks into this crazy thing, and here I'm at my backyard, still at home. I hope you guys are doing well. We want you to know that we miss you and love you and hope that you guys are doing well. Please, 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 if there is anything we can do for you and your family, if you've got a prayer request or something that you guys physically need, please reach out to us, fuelstudentslakeland@gmail.com, and we will do our best to try to meet those needs for you. But if nothing else, please know that we are praying for you, that we love you guys, and we miss being with you guys on Wednesdays at the church. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we can meet back together. But for now, this is our reality, and so I'm glad you tuned in tonight. So I really hope that you guys are taking advantage of this resource that we have available to you guys, Right Now Media. And if you don't, I want to encourage you right now, go to your computer or whatever and email me at fuelstudentslakeland@gmail.com and send us your name and your email address, and we will get you a free account under Fuel Church for Right Now Media. This is a great resource while we're home to continue to grow in our faith and to continue to press into the Lord. And I hope that you take advantage of that. I also want to encourage you guys to go to our social media, our Instagram and our Facebook page, because almost every day we post stuff there to try to connect with you guys, engage with you guys, to get information to you guys. So please check out us on social media. It's Fuel Students Lakeland on both Instagram and Facebook and TikTok if you're a TikToker. So please go check us out. We would love to connect with you during this season where we're not together physically at the church. So this week we're in the book of Colossians once again, Colossians chapter 1 verses 24 through chapter 2 verse 5. And we're going to go read that together in just a second. And I want to encourage you as well, go to Right Now Media, join this series with us. It's super easy, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes each week, and it's a great study. Louis Giglio does such a great job. So go there, check us out, join us with this. It's awesome. I'm enjoying it very much. But before we get into reading the text today, I want to just share with you two main words that I personally got out of this text that I think stand out above everything else, that I want to be kind of our takeaway for this week. Because when it's all said and done, when we walk away from Colossians chapter 1 and the passage we're going to read today, I'd like us to think about this for this next couple weeks. And there's two words. Are you ready for them? Are you sure? Are you ready? Are you ready? Hello? Are you ready? All right, here they are. Here they are. Power and passion. Power and passion. As we read these together, I want you to look through the scriptures and the words that Paul is going to write, and I want you to look for details of power and passion. All right, let's read together Colossians chapter 1 verse 24. We'll start there. It says, I am glad when I suffer for you in my body, for I am participating in the sufferings of Christ that continue for his body, the church. God has given me the responsibility of serving his church by proclaiming his entire message to you. This message was kept secret for centuries and generations past, but now has been revealed to God's people. For God wanted them to know that the riches of the glory of Christ are for you Gentiles also. And this is the secret. Christ lives in you. Christ lives in you. This gives you assurance of sharing in his glory. So we tell others about Christ, warning everyone and teaching everyone with all wisdom God has given us. We want to present them to God perfect in their relationship to Christ. That is why I work and struggle so hard, depending on Christ's mighty power that works within me. I want you to know how much I have agonized for you, for the church at Laodicea, and for many other believers who have never met me personally. I want them to be encouraged and knit together by strong ties of love. I want them to have complete confidence that they understand God's mysterious plan, which is Christ himself. In him lie hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. I am telling you this so that no one will deceive you with well-crafted arguments. For though I am far away from you, my heart is with you, and I rejoice that you are living as you should, that you are strong in faith in Christ. So I think the most profound thing that Paul writes in this passage that we just read is that Christ, Jesus Christ in us, is the hope of glory, is our hope. Jesus in us. What does that look like? That's what I want to talk about over the next couple of minutes. But Jesus in us looks totally different than Jesus and us. Jesus in us completely should be changing everything about who we are. And that starts with those two words I talked about at the beginning. I said power and passion. And I want to look at the second one first, passion. Where does your passion come from? When we look at the life of Paul in this book, Colossians, and through the other books that he's written, we see that this guy had passion for Jesus. He had not only passion for Jesus, he had passion for his personal calling that God had called him to. He had passion for people. He loved people deeply, and he had a passion to see them understand who Jesus was and sharing the good news of the gospel with the world. And I don't know about you, but Paul's passion is convicting to me, because there's times that I look in my life where I see a lack of passion. There's times where I have passion and there's times that I don't, but I want to be more like Paul. I want to have that passion that just comes out in everything that I say, everything that I do, everything that I am. I want to be more like Paul. I want to leave you with a simple truth today, and this is it. Unless you have a passion for Jesus in you, it will not come naturally through you. Let me say that again. Unless you have a passion for Jesus in you, it will not naturally come out through you. And I don't know about you guys, but I want the passion that God has inside of me to come through me, but sometimes it doesn't, because honestly there's things in my life that are taking away the passion that should be there for Christ. And so as we look at Paul's example of what passion is, I'm reminded of what my mom used to say to me when I was a kid. She used to say, Greg, garbage in, garbage out. And that is so true, because we allow so much garbage to come into our minds and in our hearts, when really we should be just wanting more and more Jesus. We know that through this passage that once we are saved, we have Jesus inside of who we are. He's a part of us. But sometimes we cloud our lives by the things that we allow to replace Jesus and to take away from our mind and our heart from what Jesus is trying to do. Jesus is just trying to be our number one passion. And he wants us to be as passionate as Paul was about reaching this world for Christ, about loving people, about sharing truth with people. But we allow so many things to hinder and take away from what God personally is trying to do in us. And like I said, in us comes through us. So make that be one thing that is challenging to our hearts, that we would be individuals who want more of Jesus in us, so that ultimately it will come through us. Here we are with our second word. What is it? It's power. Paul in this passage could not depend on his own power. He was stuck in prison, writing these letters to these people that he was desperately caring for and wanting to share truth with. He was powerless. And oftentimes why this word power is so important is because you and I'll just speak for myself. I try to do things on my own. I do not, like I should, tap in to the power that, again, as Paul said, is in us. We have the Spirit of God. We have the presence of God as part of who we are. And yet what do we try to do? We try to add Jesus onto our life. And we try to say, yes, I know I should go to church and I should read my Bible and I should not say these things and I should not do these things. And we oftentimes try to do all of that stuff on our own power instead of totally giving it up and surrendering it to God and saying, God, I need your help. Jesus, I need you, as Carrie Underwood said, to take the wheel and take it all from me. And in your power, direct and guide my life in a way that I cannot. I've had so many struggles in my life personally that ultimately I tried to handle myself. And many of them never got fully surrendered to God until I just gave up and said, I cannot do it any longer. God, I need you to do this for me. We have a power source that we can't really even understand at our disposal, at our use. And it's just tapping into Jesus in us, the hope of glory. Jesus is our hope. Jesus is our power. Jesus is our strength. He is our person who's there in time of weakness. And we need to be passionate, and we need to understand that we have power in Jesus, who resides in us, in our lives, in a relationship with him. And I hope this was encouraging you today. I know that I want to be more like Paul. I want to have the passion of Paul. I also want to get besides myself and throw away the attempts at trying to do things on my own. I cannot do it on my own. I've got to tap into the power that is within me. And we love you guys. We hope that you're doing well, as I already said. And please reach out to us on email, or if you have my text number, call the church. We would love a chance to minister and care and love for you guys. Don't stay too bored. Check out our social media pages, and we'll talk to you soon.